Yo, what up? Welcome back to the Talkin' My Shit podcast with your boy Too Skinny. Thank you guys for tuning in another week, another episode, man. I'm glad to be here, ready to record, man. I got some exciting shit coming up. I'm going to the Future concert tonight. You already know how that fucking go. I'm finna get on my reckless hot boy shit, you know what I'm saying? But let me get right into it before I'm out of pocket right now. I'm out of pocket. So I told you guys that I love how, ever since I started doing the podcast and I started doing comedy, sometimes I'll go out in public and sometimes people that I've never met before, they'll recognize me and they'll talk to me, which is overwhelming and flattering. And I'm not saying this to be cocky. I know some of you guys damn nigga, you bring this shit up every episode. We get it. I get it, but the crazy shit happened to me. So I'm at work, right? I'm telling you, I work at an apartment complex and I'm sitting at work and the phone rings. So I pick it up like a normal, just a normal phone call, hello, thank you for calling, my name is Ken, how can I help you? And the dude is like, yeah, I'm looking for an apartment, and we kind of go over the details, right? We had a full-on business conversation, and as we start getting to the end, I'm like, all right, man, you know what? Let me take your name and number. I'll call you back. And the whole time I'm finna throw that shit out. I'm never finna call him back. But no, I'm just kidding. But then he's like, the homie was like, yo, do you have a podcast? And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, yeah, who's this? He's like, dude, I recognize your voice. I was just listening to your podcast and now I'm talking to you on the phone and, it sounds the same. So I recognized, I was like, what the fuck? So it was just fucking crazy to me how nigga recognized me over the phone type shit. So homie, if you listening to this, bro, I don't even know what to say, bro. That shit is just fucking crazy to me. But it was I don't know. I was kind of shocked. I was kind of crazy, but I don't know. I thought I was going to bring it up because I thought it was pretty cool, Anyway, another thing that happened this week. Remember last week I was talking about how I lost my glasses at the House of Blues, and I told Angela, the girl that booked me for the show, I was like, hey, if you see him, let me get him. Obviously, it was a joke, because obviously at the House of Blues, if you lose your glasses, that shit is gone forever. Well, tell me why this girl hits me up. She's like, yo, I just listened to the podcast. Tell me why I have your glasses. We found them at the House of Blues green room in the back, backstage, and I have them. They're in Chicago, but I'm gonna pick them up and I'll bring them to you. So it's so crazy to me, really, again, the power of the podcast. What the fuck? I really got my fucking glasses found at House of Blues. There was over 1,000 people in attendance that day. Even though they were backstage, there were still over 50 people that walked past. I get it. People don't want to steal glasses, but at the same time, at least my shit would have been broken, or I don't know. I would have definitely not picked them up. Oh, let me see if anybody's looking for these. I'll give them back. Fuck that. I would have left them right there. But shout out to her, man. They acted on it. They picked them up. So she hasn't hit me up yet, but I can't wait to get my glasses back because then I'll be able to see a little bit better and shit. But This week has been exciting for me, man. I took the week off, so I didn't have any shows this week. Past few weeks I've been pretty busy, which is, like I said, a blessing. I love to do shows, and it keeps me on my toes and everything. But this week was my first week I actually had off, no bookings, and it was a good week. But towards the middle, around Wednesday, I was kind of damn, I feel I need to get on stage, almost like a dope fiend, motherfuckers be oh, I need some motherfucking yank, but I was I need to get on stage, I feel I want to get on stage. So luckily there's this new comedy club called CG's Comedy Club. CG's Comedy Club out in Bolingbrook. It's at the Promenade, that nice little white people outlet mall. And I went over there. I was trying to get booked, so you do a open mic is basically a 5-minute set. You bring your best five, and hopefully the person, the owner of the club, books you. Unfortunately, they said they were looking for clean comics, basically talking about not cursing. But all my comedy is this podcast. I just talk hella shit, so obviously it wasn't gonna work out. But as far as the set goes, I did very well, in my opinion. It was a good time. It kind of keeps me from getting anxiety for getting on stage. I feel if I get on stage at least once a week, next time I have a show or an open mic, I don't have bad anxiety. Because when I first started doing comedy, and I know you guys probably are gonna fast forward to this part of the podcast because it fucking sucks, but when I first started doing comedy, I used to get real bad anxiety to a point where I know I have jokes about catching my breath and shit like that, but I would literally be backstage hyperventilating because I couldn't believe I'm about to go on stage, and now it's the more I get on stage, the easier it starts to get, and that's why I try to push myself. And shout out to my homie Chin's always pushing me to get my dumb ass to an open mic at least, so I can not lose the feeling comfortable vibe on stage and shit. But other than that, I enjoyed my week off. I had so much free time. I was thinking about starting like a show, like a Netflix show, or like binging something on Hulu. And I was about to start to get into Game of Thrones. Everybody's been hyping that shit up, like, oh, Game of Thrones is so fire. And I'm not into like the whole dragon shit, you know, like the swords and shit. Like, I'm not into like made up shit. I don't even like superhero movies. And I know a lot of motherfuckers might take that up the ass, like, oh, nigga, what? But like, I don't know. Superhero movies are corny as fuck to me. I don't know. Maybe just, you know, I'm just not into that. But I know some niggas right now just exited out this shit. They were like, boy, fuck you. Nah, anyway, so I was about to get into Game of Thrones. So I was talking to this person that I know, and they were really into Game of Thrones. And this bitch gonna hit me with but I recommend the books. You should read them. They're way better than the show. Bitch, if there's a show, why the fuck would I read the book? You know, like, I barely have time to watch the show. I hate when people are like, oh, dude, you should read the books. I remember one time when I got my first library card, I was like 10 years old, and I went to the library, and I got all the Harry Potter books. All of them. Nigga, I had 2 weeks. The lady's like, you have to bring these back in 2 weeks. I had all 7 books, nigga. I was like, yeah, I'll get through this. Boy, I went home, never picked that shit up. My mom got sent to collections, and I think we already talked about this on the podcast before. I don't even remember, but she did get sent to collections for that shit. We about to pay it off though. Anyway, I want to move forward with the podcast. What else has been going on this week, man? A lot of crazy shit. I wanted to kind of get into the whole. Oh, I got banned from What's Happening in Aurora, bitch ass niggas. Bitch ass niggas banned the real nigga from What's Happening. How you gonna ban me, nigga? How you gonna ban me, nigga? I got the whole city popping right now, bro. You gonna ban a real nigga? You got I don't even want to say the word, but you got all them slow-ass niggas on there posting shit all day long. Bitches looking for bikes. Nigga, get the fuck out of here, nigga. Like, you gonna ban me, nigga? Like, that's fucking bullshit, bro. All because I said I hate motherfuckers that bring their kids to Oakhurst because this park is strictly for smoking mids and fucking the bitch by the dead end. Take your family activities to Phyllis Park. Really, nigga, Oakhurst don't even got a playground. Why the fuck you bring your kid there, nigga? Look, this is what happened. I went to Oakhurst because I was going to go on a walk. Like, a real walk this time. Like, I was actually going to try to get some workout in. So I go to Oakhurst, and I took my little bowl with me and a little, like, nug, because I was like, oh, fuck it, I'll get high, like, a little bit while I'm doing my workout, you know? And I go on top of the hill or whatever, catch my breath for 30 minutes. But then after I caught my breath, I was like, fuck, like, I'm about to get high. So I start breaking down the bud, and here comes this whole fucking family, bro. A family of like 13, bro. I was like, what the fuck? This is a field trip, bitch. And I was like I was trying to smoke, and then I went like to the, you know how that hill is kind of like, it kind of has like a few different spots on that hill, you know? We were actually thinking about doing a show. I don't know if you guys ever been on top of the hill. They have a few benches. We're actually thinking about doing like a surprise pop-up show, like one night only there. But maybe, I don't know. We're still going to work on that. I'll let you guys know if it happens or not. But anyway, so I was up on the hill trying to smoke, and then another fucking family comes, bro. I was so pissed, and I was up there, and I was like, oh, it would be funny if I tweet this, you know? So I tweeted it, then I put it on Facebook, then I put it on What's Happening in Aurora, and then I was getting, like, it was doing numbers. Like, I was like, oh, shit, I'm finna take off on these hoe-ass niggas, finna get my bag and leave. But nah, these niggas, like, I just stopped getting notifications. I went on my Facebook, my shit was deleted, bro. Then I tried to look up the page, that shit was not found, bro. Now I'm over here like a dumbass on What's Happening in Elgin and shit. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Hey, whoever run that page, I'm gonna fuck you up, dog. Real talk. I heard this nigga named Kevin, and he runs the Fox Valley magazine. I'm gonna rate that shit 1 star. Fuck you, nigga. You out. Anyway, I didn't even mean to get that disrespectful so early on in the podcast. I'm really worked up about that, you know, because I was about to start a segment on my podcast, what's called What's Happening in Aurora, where every week, or maybe not every week, but like maybe once a month, I would read dumbass people's posts and kind of like make fun of it and like comment on it. But how the fuck am I gonna do that if I'm banned? I can't see that shit no more. But I don't know, maybe I might create a fake profile, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I might create like a catfish profile, and then just to get back on What's Happening in Aurora. I'll keep you guys posted, though. Another thing that happened this week, though, Sebastian Maniscalco hosted the VMAs on MTV. The reason why this is such a big deal for me is because Sebastian Maniscalco is a comedian out of Arlington Heights, Chicago. So that's the western suburbs. The western suburbs. And now that's, he's hosted the MTV MTV Awards or whatever. And it's such a big accomplishment because he's like a kid out of the suburbs. So it kind of gives a nigga like me hope. Like, motherfuckers from the suburbs can actually get this shit popping, you know? Like, and now he's touring. He's doing the United Center this year. So he's like real, like in his bag type shit. And I was so excited to watch the MTV because I actually met him before. I bought his book last year at Anderson Book Club and Anderson Bookstore in Naperville, and he was there. We did a Q&A. I actually got to ask him a question, and he answered me. So it was a pretty cool moment. So I was actually geeked to watch him on MTV. I was like, all week, I was like, I'm finna watch my boy on MTV. This shit finna be crazy. Shit finna be crazy. I got my fucking popcorn ready, some Hot Pockets, a pizza, all kinds of snacks. I sat down, turned on the fucking TV. Boom, I remember my dumbass. I don't even have cable, nigga. I don't even have that fucking channel, bro. I got fucking stuck watching some dumbass bullshit ass show, nigga. I don't even got MTV, bro. Got me fucked up, but now, you know what? I'm glad that he got to host, and it kind of gives a nigga like me hope. Like, maybe one day I'll get to host or, you know, something. I don't know. Another thing that dropped this week, Travis Scott documentary on Netflix. It says, what is the title of that? I don't even know what it's called. Look, Mom, I Could Fly. Dope documentary. Not gonna knock Travis Scott at all. He's definitely capitalizing off the whole momentum of Astroworld, you know, becoming a megastar. And I salute, you know, I'm a huge Travis Scott fan myself. The only thing that I was kind of iffy about was there was a tweet circulating that people said that he was reaching Drake level. Now, I'm not one of them niggas that got Drake dick in my mouth, but you know, like, people... I think that Drake is underappreciated. Not underappreciated, he's definitely, like, overhyped and everything. Like, not overhyped, but, like, this nigga, you gotta salute that nigga, you know? Like he's been on top for a long, long time. Like, Travis Scott just started doing arena tours last year, you know? Like, and I salute him and everything, but, like, do you guys think that, like, he can make a better album than Astroworld? I don't know. I'm just, like, I'm iffy about it. Like, how long can it last? Because the thing about Travis Scott is he has this unique sound to him that eventually I feel like over time might get annoying. Like, people will get tired of the auto-tune and the humming and the... But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to have to add auto-tune to that. It's going to sound crusty as fuck, boy. But I feel like it'll get real old real fast. Like, Drake... like I'm saying, like, people, when he died, like, we're living in a time right now, like, Elvis Presley vibes, you know? Like, everybody talks about, like, the Beatles or Elvis Presley, like, oh, my God, you should have been alive at the time. They were, like, the greatest of all time. Like, if you think about all the shit that Drake has accomplished up to date right now, once we die or once he dies or in the future, you know, when he's not at his peak, we're going to look back at it, and he's going to be, like, the king, like the king of... like everything, like the Michael Jackson of shit, you know, just without the molestation of the kids. But but he's gonna be like the shit, you know? So I just don't know. I feel like people, until Travis Scott makes a song as good as Marvin's Room, I don't want to hear shit, bro. Because no Travis Scott song made me cry as much as that one. So I'm just saying. But anyway, another thing that dropped... Oh, you know what? I'm going to tell my Travis Scott story while that I'm at it. Story time. This is not even the end of the podcast. I'm just going to put the story in the middle because it kind of fits. Travis Scott. So I am a Travis Scott fan, you know, so I'm not knocking at all. But I'm saying... when I first saw Travis Scott live, I actually went to see The Weeknd. He was opening up for The Weeknd. This is how long ago it was. He was opening up for The Weeknd. He opened up for The Weeknd at the United Center. I remember I got front row seats, not flexing, just a little bit, but I got front row seats, so we were literally next to the stage, hands on the stage. And it was me, this shorty that is now married and has a kid, so fuck her. No, I'm just kidding. But it was me, this girl, my friend, it was a group of us, right? So we go into the Weeknd concert, we get there, and then Travis Scott starts performing, and this nigga is running late, so he only performed like 3 songs, literally, because he was getting a neck tattoo that day, and he ran late for his set, so they cut his set short, so everybody was already mad, but anyway, he did his thing, and he does get crazy, so he was crazy or whatever. The show, like, he was done, and then there was, like, Banks came out, which is a female singer that has toured with The Weeknd a few different times, and she starts doing her set, and as she's doing her set, I'm next to the shorty, you know, we high as fuck, we're just vibing out, and then she grabs me by the shoulder, and she's like, look at this fool, and there was a dude, like, right by our feet, like, touching our shoes, you know, so I grabbed him by the shoulder, I was like, yo, dog, like, what's up, like, why are you touching us, you know? I swear to God, on my mom's life, this motherfucker, it was Travis Scott, and he looked at me dead in the face, and he was like, my bad, dog. I just can't find my chain. And but like I said, I'm not a big. I wasn't a huge Travis Scott fan at the time. The only song that I knew of him at the time was what is that? Antidote. Yeah, Antidote was the only song I knew of him. So to me, it wasn't a big deal. It was just like whatever, you know. But then the bitch behind me is like, "Oh my God, Travis Scott!" So everybody kind of started freaking out, and then they picked him up and carried him out or whatever. Like he didn't even have long dreads at the time. Like he just had like little ass short dookie dreads and shit. But it was such a crazy experience. Like I actually got to touch that nigga, and I actually was like, "Yo, nigga, what the fuck you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm looking for my chain, bro." So I actually had an interaction with him. And now this morning I was watching the documentary. You know, watching him like become the superstar that he is fucking insane. But I just thought I'd share that little moment with you guys. I've tweeted about it before, and the people close to me have heard that story before. I just try not to bring it up too much. People are like, damn, nigga, we heard it already. But I just thought I'd throw it in here since we were talking about Travis Scott. But on another note, another thing that dropped this week was Dave Chappelle's special, Sticks and Stones. So this shit is stirring up the pot like crazy, bro. Because motherfucker got to talking about all kinds of shit. And I feel like people, like he did this shit on purpose, so he knew it was gonna get the people talking, especially in a time like right now where everybody just wants to cancel everybody for talking about all kinds of shit. So this motherfucker, he touches a few different subjects, but I got a little list of them right here, so I kind of can remember clearly. So first, like one of the big things he talks about first, he talks about like the climate we're in as far as like society trying to cancel everyone and political correctness and shit like that. Obviously, okay, whatever. But then he goes into MJ, Michael Jackson, and if you know Dave Chappelle, you know, he's always talked about Michael Jackson a few different times, and he, you know, and so have other comedians, you know, but that shit got people heated because he said, "Oh, I don't believe that Michael Jackson actually touched those kids." So then the kids, which are now adults that are actually suing Michael Jackson's estate, were like, "Oh, well, you don't believe us." So they're all outraged about that shit. Then after that, he starts talking about pedophilia, where he starts talking about like little kids, and I'm not gonna quote him because I don't want to say his punchlines or anything like that. I'm not good at like telling other people's jokes, just as he said. But he kind of talks about like damn, I'm out here. I'm fucking losing my train of thought and shit. No, but he talks about like the kids or whatever, and then from there he talks about Trump a little bit, and then he closes out with like the school shooter stuff that he had actually talked about earlier in the special. Like I said, I'm not gonna tell you exactly what he says because I feel like everybody should go and see it. But basically, he talks like only Dave Chappelle can talk about all these subjects and make them funny, or at least I can get where his sense of humor was coming from. You know, to me, I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was funny because at the end of the day, in the back of my head, I know it's comedy. And no matter what he says, he's a comedian and it's bullshit. Just like me, when I come in here and sit down and record everything that I'm saying, even though I maybe say something to be funny, like when you meet me, I'm probably not, you know, I'm not going to be disrespectful, I feel like, but maybe I will. Maybe I'll be even worse in person. But anyway, I'm saying like it's comedy, bro. We're kidding. Everything I say on this podcast is a joke. So obviously I don't want anybody to get offended. Same thing with his special. Like he does it, like once he gets off stage, it's not like he wants to fuck little kids. It's obviously a joke where I can see how people got mad at it. But the thing that pisses me off is like back in the day, if you didn't like something, you turned the shit off. For example, if I go on Pornhub and I click a video and then it's boring, I'm gonna exit out and watch another one. I'm not finna leave a comment like, "This is horrible, it sucks, you guys shouldn't watch this." No, nigga, shut the fuck up. If you don't like it, shut the fuck up. You don't gotta go on social media and type a paragraph about why you didn't like it and why other people shouldn't like it. If you don't like it, just don't watch it. Like, it's that easy. But I don't know, I just felt like that's kind of where we're at with everything. Like we're in a climate where it's not about what offends you and what not offends you. It's about that once you do get offended, you have to run to the internet, or you have to run to a blog, or you have to run and talk about why you didn't like it and why it's offensive. And you try to tell other people how to feel. Like, you thought that was funny, like you're a fucking sicko. Or like you shouldn't put other people down because they thought it was funny. Just because you didn't like it, that's your fucking fault. Your sense of humor sucks, you know? But like, again, I don't want anybody to take offense to any of this. I'm just saying, like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm trying to say. I'm just talking shit, honestly, at this point. But everybody go watch that Dave Chappelle special. I'm going to get the fuck out of here because it's hot as fucking... It's 3 niggas in here, bro. Anyway, I'm going to get the fuck out of here, you guys. Follow me on Instagram, 2skinny300, Talkin My Shit podcast. Have a great day. Bye-bye.